So we're beginning to break this down, and I want to take a little more time and just hone in on specific areas. Our first one is those three scales of general judgment. So the very first one is people judgment. This is literally a valuing of people before everything else. You know, we think, well, that's the greatest thing in the world. Well, if I'm too strong in that area, I might value a relationship with an individual, and we'll get into this as we go along in some of our other chapters. But you'll have somebody who really values people, but they won't push them to action, which is a task. So people judgment is a great asset, but too much of it can become a liability. The great thing about people judgment being strong is that they grasp interpersonal relationships really quickly. They tend to bond with people really quickly. That's who you want at the front desk. That's somebody you want interacting with people, welcoming people. That's what you want when they sit down and you need to connect. These folks are really good at talking about the weather, talking about what just happened in the news, talking about the local sports team. They're good at doing that and finding out what connects them with that person that's sitting in front of them. Work and task judgment. Again, too much of it it can be a problem. Too little of it, no work gets done. We want to have that balance, and balance between people and task is a really, really important component to the work that we do. Very strong scores on task judgment means that that individual is going to value getting work done. Matter of fact, you'll find people that have a lot of this, they'll be looking for the next thing. What is the next thing I can do? Some people with strong scores here, they like to stay busy. They want something else to do. They want something else to do. They like to see things get finished. That's really important in this industry. This is a very process-oriented industry. There are scripts that you can use to make cold calls. There are processes involving filling out forms. You have to sit there and take individuals' information and enter it into a database or enter it into an application. These people love doing that. Those that value tasks and getting work done, they enjoy that. So you definitely want to have people in your organization with this priority, with this value. But you also need to understand they can become so far off that end that it becomes a problem. So this assessment's going to give you that feeling of where does this person fit in? You may find that the best people for your organization score in the good category and not the preferred category. I am wide open to that. Top performers have this unique balance, and I have found as I move around the country doing this stuff, somebody in a suburb in Atlanta may need people with a certain balance of judgment related to tasks and people, and it might be a very different picture of somebody working in a rural setting. They may need a different balance, a different priority. Somebody in a large city, task judgment might not be as offensive. That somebody comes in, they're on a time constraint, we need to get the work done, get out of here. You take that person and put them out in the country, and somebody walks in, and now all of a sudden that customer feels like they're just a cog in the machinery and we're chugging it through, and they may want more of a person-oriented individual. The last one on general judgment is big picture. And people frequently come to me and go, okay, what does that really mean? And I have big picture judgment as a label. Oh man, that guy, he gets the big picture. And the truth is that individual is just really efficient at tasks. You can come to them and go, what would you do in this situation? And they go, oh, I've got 48 steps you need to take to get to the end. And others on the outside will sit back and go, man, that person sees the big picture. Well, no, they see a bunch of serial tasks. Big picture people see broader themes. They see that client come in and they realize we're here talking home and auto. What I'm hearing from this individual is they need an umbrella policy. They've got a bunch of kids that go to the lake every weekend. They've got this thing, that thing. Oh, this person, I'm not hearing them say a word about, what are they going to do in retirement? What are they going to do when that mother-in-law has to move in? That they see these bigger, broader themes. And it's a unique skill. Only 6% of the U.S. population is big picture dominant. So it's kind of a rarity, and it makes the other areas of judgment richer and more valuable because they start seeing, hey, I get this big picture and I understand what it means for you as an individual. I understand what we've got to get done. So we have people skills, people judgment, work and task judgment. Really valuable is that third one, big picture judgment.